Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the physical disability, that is locomotor disability. Locomotor disability means a problem in moving from one place to another. That is disability in legs. But in general it is taken as a disability related to bones, joints and muscles. It causes problems in a person's movement like walking, picking or holding things in hand, etc. In other words, a person's inability to execute distinctive activities associated with moving both personally and objects from place to place, and such inability resulting from afflictions of the nervous system has been defined as the locomotor disability. A person with locomotor disability will have limited movement of body parts. The main causes could be injuries, disease in the bones or muscles, or any injury of the brain, spinal cords or the nerves. So let's proceed with early identification of the locomotor disability. Early identification of the locomotor disabled person can be done at health centers, at schools and even at homes. Some important signals which will help in identification of locomotor disability in a child or an adult are any deviation or slowness in a child's developmental milestone, excessive stiffness or floppiness of child, use of limbs of only one side of the body, difficulty observed when the patient is asked to be the following: lift arm overhead, pick small object lying in front of him, pick a stone from the ground, walk a few steps, run a short distance, difficulty in standing up from sitting position, range of motion of the joint decreased or excessively increased, absence of limb in part or full, use of appliances, for example sticks, crutches, wheelchairs, tricycle. In addition, early detection of locomotor disabling disease based on early biochemical, morphological and functional changes that precede the occurrence of manifest signs and symptoms is of particular importance in chronic disease. Moving further with the serving students with locomotor disability. When talking with a person who uses a wheelchair, try to converse at eye level, sit down if a chair is available. Make sure the classroom layout is accessible and free from obstructions. If a course is taught in a laboratory setting, provide an accessible workstation. If a student also has communication disability, take time to understand the person, repeat what you understand, and when you don't understand, say so. Ask before giving assistance and wait for a response. Listen to any instruction the student may give. The student knows the safest and most efficient way to accomplish the task at hand. Let the student set the pace when walking or talking. A wheelchair is part of a student's personal space. Do not lean on, touch or push the chair unless asked. And when field trips are a part of course requirement, make sure accessible transportation is available. Ask the student if he or she will need assistance during an emergency evacuation, and assist in making a plan if necessary. To ensure barrier-free environment for children with disability, access for getting in and out of the school, getting on and off transportation like ramp, seat belts, moving within the school and in a different classroom. And furthermore, assistive computer equipment, software like voice activated word processing, word prediction, keyboard and or mouse modification. Some flexibility with deadlines if assignments require access to community resources. Adjustable lab or drafting tables, lab assistant or classroom aid activities that allows the student to participate within his or her physical capabilities yet still meet course objectives. Advanced planning for field trip to ensure accessibility. Locomotor disability is a major problem in the world. It is the responsibility of every person to try to prevent people from this. So let's see contribution by society towards prevention of locomotor disabilities. The layman and the society at large have a vital role to play a locomotor disability prevention, information, education and communication regarding the causes of locomotor disability, and its prevention will help the public to a large extent in contributing towards prevention of locomotor disabilities. Important guidelines for the common person are: education regarding appropriate dietary pattern and physical activity and avoidance of smoking to prevent obesity and hypertension which can result in locomotor disabilities. Adequate nutrition, avoidance of drugs, smoking, alcohol and care during delivery to prevent locomotor disabling disorders in children. Adequate safety measure at home, at workplace to safeguard against accidents. Adequate measure for prevention of road, rail, air, agricultural and industrial accidents. Concluding with locomotor disabilities being the largest group of disabling disorders, call for a gigantic effort to tackle. The government as well as the society need to work hand in hand, though all of the locomotor disabling disorders are not preventable. A significant proportion is fully preventable. Prevention can be achieved by first level, second level or third level intervention measure. In a developing country like us, where health services and infrastructures are still inadequate and rehabilitation services are still in infancy, first level intervention would play a major role in preventing or minimizing the occurrence of locomotor disabilities. So today we have seen what is locomotor disability and its characteristics and serving students with locomotor disabilities. So thank you for listening.